Hey everyone, this is Mary Fielder, licensed Reiki Master Teacher, and today I'm talking about why we teach Reiki 1 and 2 together. So you may have noticed that in some Reiki schools and lineages, they teach Reiki 1 and 2 separately, while many of the licensed Reiki Master teachers at the International Center for Reiki Training, we tend to teach Reiki 1 and 2 as a single class that you would typically take over a weekend or in two days. So we do know that there is historical precedence amongst the great senseis in the Usui lineage for teaching Reiki 1 and 2 together. Hawayo Takata learned from Chuchiro Hayashi, and he learned from Usui Sensei. And Hawayo Takata, we know, sometimes taught 1 and 2 together, not always. And we know that Chuchiro Hayashi often taught 1 and 2 together when he was traveling. And you will find that information in the book by William Lee Rand, the Usui Holy Fire 3 Reiki Master Manual. And William mentions this too in his manual. So if you decide to take the master training, you will learn this for yourself. Tadao Yamaguchi, who is the son of Chiyoko Yamaguchi, wrote a book called Light on the Origins of Reiki. In the book, he talks about his mother, Chiyoko. She was a pupil of Chuchiro Hayashi, and in fact, she was also Chuchiro's assistant, sometimes when he was traveling. And he talks about the fact that Chuchiro often taught Reiki 1 and 2 as a single class. Now, I want to talk about why I personally choose to teach them together, because, we don't have to teach them together. We can break them apart and teach them as a Reiki level 1 and a Reiki level 2. And in fact, if you're interested in taking them that way and taking them separately, you can work with me, or I'm sure any of the other teachers, to arrange that. But there is a good reason, several good reasons actually, why I choose to teach them together. And it has to do with your personal healing journey. So many people, when they come to a Reiki class, they're thinking about learning Reiki so they can heal others. And indeed, that is the reason why we want to learn Reiki, so we can help and heal others. But at the same time, once we get into a Reiki class, what we learn is that it's actually a really deep healing experience for ourselves. And that's quite valuable. So when you join the 2 days together, the Reiki level 1 and the Reiki level 2, it's like a retreat, especially if you choose to travel to a class. Maybe that they don't have a good Reiki class in your hometown and you've decided to make a weekend of it and go somewhere nice and learn with a teacher in a different area. And then you go to a hotel or an Airbnb in the evening, you get to rest and relax outside of your home environment. So then you get a very nice, deep healing experience, which is kind of like a retreat at the same time. Because in a Reiki 1 class and in a Reiki 2 class, we do a lot of personal healing. And we do we call them experiences that are similar to meditations, where spirit comes and helps us heal from those things that have been preventing us from living our life to the fullest, from achieving our full life purpose, from discovering and living the reason why we are here on planet Earth at this time. Another really great reason for taking these 2 classes together is that it provides you in a single weekend with a much greater level, a skill level at giving Reiki sessions. So you have twice as much experience at the end of 2 days than you have at the end of 1 day. So let's take a look at the pros and cons of taking Reiki 1 and 2 together and separately. First of all, the pros of taking 1 and 2 separately, of course, is the expense. You can spread the expense out. So why not consider working with your Reiki master to see if they maybe take payments, because many of the Reiki teachers will take payments. I certainly do. And it takes less time. You only have to give 1 day of your weekend instead of 2 days of your weekend. And that's really important for some people. And then the cons, though, of taking them separately is that you do only become a Reiki level 1 practitioner, and then there is the risk of losing momentum. Once we get on a healing journey, momentum is everything, isn't it? whatever goal you're trying to accomplish in life, keeping it going, building that momentum and keeping that momentum going is really key to being able to fulfill your ultimate purpose. So another reason to take Reiki 1 and 2 together is because if you leave a space, you not only lose momentum, but sometimes you forget the basic Reiki 1 training and you need a bit of a refresher. And I have students who will come for Reiki 2 and then they'll want to take Reiki 1 again as well, because they realize if they took the system, some number of years ago, that there's been some changes and they don't feel caught up with the modern way of teaching, with the modern way of learning, and with the new additions to Reiki, such as Holy Fire and Holy Fire for World Peace. Now let's talk about the pros and cons of taking the class together. The cons, of course, you do have to invest more money at a single time and more time. So you do have to find those 2 days together. And many teachers, including myself, offer classes both on weekends and on weekdays. So if you have the kind of job where you work weekends, you can still find a 2-day class during the week. But sometimes it's worth the investment to take a day off, because learning Reiki is an important skill that you are adding to your healing vocabulary. Sometimes when I teach a weekday class and I realize that those people have taken 2 days off from work, you find a different caliber of student that is really dedicated to learning Reiki and is making it a priority rather than squeezing it in around the edges. So do consider taking a day or 2 days off to take a really good Reiki class and give yourself a really good immersion into Reiki where you're not distracted and you're fully focused on learning the skill. Some of the pros of taking the class together is a deeper level of personal healing for you, and obviously a higher vibration of Reiki. You get the level 1 placement, and then the next day you get the level 2 placement, and that includes the energies of the 3 traditional symbols. So the symbols help to enhance and change the frequency of your Reiki to bring in different energies. And so I think that's really important, and it's really good to be able to get the power of the Reiki symbols in your 2-day Reiki class. That's a great benefit. You also find after the 2nd day of Reiki that your confidence level has increased. On the first day, everything is new and you're not sure, did I get the Reiki energy? Are they feeling my Reiki? But by the 2nd day, you're pretty confident that you've not only got Reiki, but other people are feeling your Reiki, but also because you've taken 2 days of healing, it helps your intuition as well, so that you're noticing more, you're more sensitized to the energy, and your third eye is operating at a deeper level of awareness. And, students are often impressed with themselves or surprised by themselves at how much they can feel the energy after the 2nd day. And so those are just a few of the reasons why we teach Reiki 1 and 2 together. I hope this video has helped you. If it has, please give it a like, share, and leave us your comments. How do you feel about taking the classes together versus taking them separately? What are your thoughts and feelings? Let us know. And as usual, thank you for watching, and I'll talk to you in the next one.